So there's a concept that I discovered years ago when I was a teenager, and it really seems to hold itself to be true. Basically, the concept is this: if everyone around you is an asshole, chances are you're the asshole, right? If everyone around you is rude, you're the rude one. If everyone has a problem with you, you probably have a problem with everyone. Does that make sense? So I apply this and I think about this a lot because if I'm sort of walking around and everyone seems standoffish to me, chances are that I'm projecting a vibe of standoffishness outwardly. Yeah? I've tested this. I've walked around and just made a concerted effort. This is just randomly in public to just wear a smile on my face, just a genuine, content smile. And unsurprisingly, people are smiling back. People seem happier in my presence. The world seems, people in general seem like a mirror. They very quickly read the situation and respond to how you seem. So if you're having a great and fun time, if you're enjoying yourself, people are going to respond in that way. If you're in a serious mood, people are going to mirror that and be serious again. I've noticed this just in lots of different aspects. In my role as a teacher, if I'm full of energy and I have an expectation that the class will run a certain way, it typically does. If I'm in a depressed mindset or a low energy mindset, the classes typically run a very different way, and it's not a fun lesson. So what I've realized is this, is that if, in general, if I'm having trouble socially, or if I'm feeling a bit excluded or a bit just, I notice that things aren't sort of going my way socially, I try to project what I want outwardly. Be kind to people. Sort of make gestures of friendships. Take those steps. And unsurprisingly, it comes back. I think it's something to consider. Obviously, there are caveats. If someone is a user or abuser and they take advantage of you, no matter how you act to them, they will act in a particular way to benefit them. So obviously, if you're dealing with someone with sociopathy or narcissism, this isn't really something you should employ. But in general, with the average person, if you find yourself seeing the same responses, you're probably seeing the same response. There's an old fable that goes down this path. Basically, a king wanted to discover what are the people of this new province like. And he sent out some advisors. He sent out two advisors and he told them they were going to different areas. And they both came back, and the first advisor, he was a happy guy, very, loving and caring. And he reported to the king, they're lovely people, very gracious, very welcoming. They welcomed me into their home. They shared with me their gifts. They put me up for the night for free, etc., etc. The second guy comes back, and this guy's very gruff, and he's quite, miserly, and he's keeps to himself. And the king asked him, well, what are these people like? And he said, they're rude, they're obnoxious, they chussed me through the teeth, they ripped me off, they mugged me. And it turns out the king sent them both to the same place he wanted to discover. So it's that same sort of thing throughout history, is that you sort of get what you expect. So try it. Try this. Next time you're out and about in a place that you don't usually go, walk around for a bit and project confidence, project happiness, project a mood that you want to see reflected back to you, and just see what happens. And then test it the other way. Project annoyance, project sadness, project rudeness, and see what you get back. Yeah? You're probably going to get back what you put out there. I like to try this at supermarkets. If you're at a supermarket and the person serving you, they ask that typical drone like, hey, how's your day, as they're putting your shopping through, and they're not expecting a human response because they speak in a monotonous voice and the people respond back, yeah, I'm doing great, and that's a lack of communication. But when I'm in a good mood, I try and engage them and talk to them and sort of pull them out of that shell. And when I do it right, they leave with a massive smile on their face, because it's like, oh my God, I'm actually talking to a human. My brother was saying that when he was out at a club, he just thanked the DJ. This guy or girl has been working for 4, 5, 6 hours to keep the music pumping, keep the vibe going. And it's relatively thankless, but you look up, give them a quick nod, awesome job, and they light up. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's something that I really want to sort of focus on, just working on myself to help get a better response from the world, basically. Let me know what you think about this, and if you try those experiments, how you go with them. Comment down below. And just one more thing, in the comments below, sorry, in the show notes below, I'm going to put a link to the first chapter of my book, How to Get Your Shit Together. So for those that don't know, it's out now, it's just here. It's basically the self-help book that I wish existed growing up. The first chapter covers the principles. So I'm going to link it down to you below. It's basically the 7 principles that you need to turn your life from surviving to thriving. You chuck your email in, I'll send it direct to your email address, and you'll get the PDF. And if you like it, check it out. The reason I'm sending the PDF out to you is basically that it's the crux of the book. If you get the knowledge from those principles, you basically don't need to read the rest of the book, because that holds the core of what I'm trying to project. The rest of the book covers how to implement those principles. There's about 50 chapters broken into 6 parts: overcoming anxiety, defeating depression, moving on from trauma, getting organized, finding meaning, and following your dreams. And basically, I've written it as sort of 50 separate chapters, and you could read each chapter, whatever chapter you like, in any order, because they're standalone. So, like I said, click the link in the show notes below, chuck your email address in, I'll send it straight to you, and if you like it, give it a read. Thank you.